Well, hello there and welcome along to the Big NHS Singalong Live. We are here then at the iconic Abbey Road Studios in London, and after 3 weeks of drought, it looks like it's finally broken. Awesome timing. We're going to be singing in the rain because right here, in less than an hour, we will be kicking off a nationwide sing-along to celebrate our incredible NHS and its staff on the eve of its very special 70th birthday.
Now, this is not just any old sing-along, as tonight we are going to attempt to break a live sing-along world record. Yes. Now, up and down the country, NHS workers, some familiar faces, and thousands of you are standing by ready to sing your hearts out.
My feet are getting wet, are yours?
No, look at this.
Now, right in front of us, we've closed off the famous Abbey Road, as you do. We've closed the road. You can see the zebra crossing over there, very iconic, very popular. Lots of Italian tourists on it normally. Not now, because it's raining.
It is absolutely chucking it down.
People, though, bless them, they're still starting to arrive, though. They're on the way.
They are indeed. Now, in Manchester, we will be live on the cobbles of Coronation Street, where NHS staff are joining Kim Marsh and some of the cast. Look at that.
Look at that. It's not raining in Manchester.
Raining there.
The irony. And in North Wales, now, you know the Welsh, they love a sing-song. So we hope thousands are going to be joining in tonight.
And in Leicester, NHS staff will be belting it out at the Royal Infirmary.
Oh, look.
Yeah, and we've got Niall Rodgers as well on his guitar, rallying his crowd.
Very nice. Lots of balloons in Leicester. In Glasgow, we're at the Golden Jubilee National Hospital.
Now, if we manage to get enough people singing, we might even be able to break the world record, which would be amazing.
Yeah, that's if we don't drown. Now then, if you fancy, you know what, you can sing along at home where you're nice and dry. If you're local, pop down and join us at Abbey Road. Yeah, right, if you've got a wetsuit, just get here for 9:30. It's going to be pretty special. Exactly.
Now, the current world record to beat stands at 6,904 people singing live on the radio. So, we are joining up with Heart, the UK's biggest commercial radio network. So we'll be live on the radio and the telly. I
think I'm developing fins as we talk. Now, it is risky, this sing-along.
It is, definitely, especially now.
Especially now. It's slightly bonkers, especially now. But you know what, Ash?
What?
You know what?
What?
For all those fabulous nurses and all the doctors and all the NHS workers, we are going to give it our very best shot, aren't we?
Even in this rain, we're going to give it our best shot, yes.
Now, I just want to clear some up, actually, especially now. This wasn't our idea, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No, whose was it?
It was all down to an amazing group of people. This lot, the Lewisham and Greenwich NHS Choir. Listen to them go.
Go on.
It all started 6 weeks ago.
She's been very good. She's looking very well, isn't she?
When Sarah and I were invited by a passionate junior doctor,
Hello.
Katie Rogerson, to meet the brilliant NHS Choir.
3 years ago, this choir knocked Justin Bieber off the #1 spot with their charity single.
The UK's official #1 is the Lewisham.
Now, in 2018...
It's the brilliant Lewisham and Greenwich NHS Choir.
They're back and want to go bigger and better.
Woo!
And they've roped us in to help them launch a new star-studded single to celebrate the NHS's 70th birthday.
Happy birthday, NHS. Well done. Keep up the good work.
As music stars line up to show their support for the NHS.
The NHS has saved my life.
We want everybody singing our song.
And tonight, they are going to launch their new single with a massive UK-wide sing-along.
It's got to be like a big party where the entire nation is going mad for the NHS.
Hello, Doreen.
Oh, my God.
As famous faces help us recruit singers.
Can you sing? Don't sing.
With a few surprises along the way.
I want to say my thank you to the NHS.
Can I give you a hug?
And in just under an hour's time, we will be live with the choir, NHS workers and famous faces across the country to try and break a world sing-along record.
I'm singing.
I'm singing. We're singing.
I'm singing.
We're singing.
I'm singing.
We're singing.
Just a couple of really quick fixes, actually.
It's early spring, and Ashley and I have been invited to meet the Lewisham and Greenwich NHS Choir. The choir are working towards a new single to celebrate 70 years of the NHS.
Hello.
Dr. Dr Katie Rogerson is a children's doctor at the hospital.
Caroline, we need you over here because you're in on this.
Caroline knows all about it.
Together with Joe and Caroline, they are the masterminds behind the single.
So, you know that we've all been working to release a song for the 70th?
Good.
Well, basically, we want to make it absolutely massive. And so we've been trying to enlist a bit of help.
What the rest of the choir don't know yet is that Katie has asked Sarah and I to help.
Hello, everybody.
We were just passing by doing a bit of shopping in Lewisham and we heard this wonderful noise.
How are you all? The NHS has been there in my life countless times. They're not just doctors and nurses and carers, they're people. And to celebrate that for me is really, really special. So I want to bring my skills to make this, you know, undeniable, unforgettable, and just a really landmark moment.
Just introduce yourselves a bit, like what role you have here at the hospital and what you do for the NHS.
I'm Chidi, I'm an emergency medicine consultant. I'm the person, if you drop down on the floor, that would know what to do.
Chidi, I'm going to remember that.
So I'm Lizzie, I'm one of the specialist midwives.
Oh, lovely.
My name's Joan, and I'm a therapy assistant. So at the moment, I'm working with dementia patients. Oh, I get lots of job satisfaction because I get to sing to my patients.
There you go, I love that. We'd love to hear you sing the track. Is that OK, the new one?
Yeah. Take it away.
What would you do if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
Dr Katie has persuaded Sir Paul McCartney, whose mum was a midwife, to let them use the classic Beatles track with a little help from my friends.
When they started singing, I mean, I immediately nearly went. I was, like, going to cry. I could feel my bottom lip going. I was getting that wobbly chin that my mum gets. And I thought, Sarah, you can't cry on day one. It's like, hold it together, girl. I was born with a dislocated hip. I was completely wonky. The NHS fixed me over the first couple of months of my life. We've had my little boy in an ambulance. The ambulance guys were amazing and he was fine, but just having that safety net as a nation, you can't compare it to anything.
Wow! Yeah! Hearing you guys sing it, I mean, it is so beautiful. But I think that we need to help bring some extra magic dust to the song.
Yeah.
Just that kind of layer of incredible production that I think we need to take this track to the next level. There's a guy that, you know, I just had in my phone book who goes by the name of Timbaland.
Timbaland is a legendary pop producer who's worked with the likes of Beyoncé, Justin Timberlake, Madonna, and now the Lewisham and Greenwich Choir.
Now you're talking.
Timbaland. Timbaland? I mean, how did we end up knocking on his door?
And to launch the single in spectacular fashion, Katie has given us another idea.
For extra oomph, what we want is people around the nation joining in at the same time in a big, massive, live, record-breaking sing-along.
What do you think about that?
Are you up for it?
Yeah. All right.
This is now top tier. I'm just trying to visualize how everybody's going to come together. And honestly, I'm speechless. I'm sorry. I'm trying to put words together, but it's not making sense. But yes, it's huge.
I honestly think Sarah and Ashley are perfect for this because they genuinely care about this project. They genuinely care about the NHS. They've both been touched by the NHS, and they're going to help us so much because their passion is in line with ours.
The sing-along will be live on the eve of the 70th birthday of the NHS. So we only have 6 weeks to pull this off. And if we want to break the sing-along world record, we'll need 7,000 people singing along.
I'm feeling a tiny bit overwhelmed. I feel confident and I feel excited, but I feel like we just really got to do it justice more than anything. Don't you set me off again? Very emotional.
Bye, guys.
And
Big hello to you from Meridian Prime Radio for Lewisham and Greenwich NHS Trust.
7,000 sing-alongers is a tall order, so the recruitment drive starts now. First stop, where else? The hospital radio.
How lovely to have Sarah.
Hi.
Mike, good name for a DJ, Mike.
Hi, everybody. OK, guys, this is really exciting news, and I can't wait to hear what you've got to tell me.
So we want to do a sing-along. We want everybody singing our song. NHS staff from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, and we're going for a world record. It's going to be good, isn't it?
It's hugely ambitious, kind of scary at the moment because we've got so much to do, but right at the heart of this is fun.
Rejoicing and singing together sounds a fantastic idea.
So everybody listening now, Mike, we need them to join in with the sing-along.
We've got this fantasy that as we put the call out for this big sing-along, you know, Debbie in the canteen, halfway through pouring some custard on some spotted dick, will pause and be like, I'm going to join in.
It seems like an opportunity to sing a song. You might be able to join in.
Oh!
Sorry.
I don't know the words.
I think I've just already learned them.
We've got to make this event really memorable. You can't do it, do you know what I mean, with a soggy vol au vent and, you know, some flat Prosecco. You've got to do it properly.
I love imagining that moment of all these people singing along, all these different talents being involved, and NHS singers from across the nation.
What strikes me is the fact that a lot of these people, obviously they're doing this as part-time. They've got their day jobs, they're rushing off, they're saving lives. This is a sideline. I'm just hoping that everybody gets on board because we're going to need them. We're going to need all the doctors, all the nurses, all the carers, all the patients, all the staff to make this happen.
New Barry White has been born.
Thank you.
Well, Barry Banjo.
Yes, thank you. Barry Banjo. No.
The hospital is where all the choir work.
Come on, Herman.
And they've invited Sarah and I to join them on the walls to spread the word about the sing-along.
We're going to get the whole UK singing along. So are you in? Say, yes, Sarah, woo!
Yes, Sarah, woo!
Yeah, perfect.
I want to get a real taste of the jobs and the lives of the people, because if I want to do my job in the best possible way, I feel that I've really got to be a part of it.
How are you?
Nice to meet you, I'm Kath.
Nice to meet you. Mwah.
I'm the ward sister for Juniper Ward down at Lewisham Hospital. Welcome. It's a very busy ward, so obviously there's lots going on at the moment.
I feel like you kind of have to love a job like this.
Yeah, you can't not. You've got to love it to do it, because I want people to get the care that they deserve and the care that they would want in return if they were ever in that position. It's not a 9-to-5 job. If they're really poorly, you need to stay there, then you stay there and you carry on doing that help until they don't need it anymore.
But you love doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't do anything else.
I've arrived just in time to help with lunch.
Doreen. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Doreen.
This is my God. Control, Doreen, control.
Doreen,
I can't believe it.
Come over, can I say hello? How are you, Doreen? Lovely to meet you.
I'll be saving to buy his ticket.
Oh, really? You've been saving to buy a ticket? I'll give you a ticket. How many tickets do you want, Doreen? How many do you want? I'll give you a few.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Would you want a few tickets? They're yours. What are we serving?
Oh, nice one, shepherd's
Nice
pie.
one. Oh, I like shepherd's pie.
You see, I told you, you're gonna love me. So we're gonna start now.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, like that.
How do I look, Doreen?
You look brilliant.
I look good.
It's like you've been doing the job for a long time.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Ashley, this is good to go now.
Voila. See you in a bit, Doreen.
See you later.
Guys, you can, really quickly, I've got to serve someone's lunch, but you have to be really quick because it's going to get cold. This has been thoroughly checked for temperature. Come here, I'll take it. I've got a long selfie arm ready. You can send it, ready?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get the lunch in.
Yeah.
All right, get the lunch in, ready? All right, there you go, there you go. Bye, guys. See you later. Bye, bye, bye. All right, let's go and serve some lunch. Shepherd's pie.
I love your apron.
Oh, do you like it?
Yeah, I do.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll pay you later. The song is A Little Help from My Friends by Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Which is incredible that he's come on board.
I can remember when they all came out the first time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Do you remember any of the song?
I get by with a little help from my friends. Yeah, I get by with a little help from my friends. And I'm not singing anymore.
Oh my God, that deserves a high five. Boom! Love it.
My granddaughter's gonna be green.
On the other side of the hospital, I'm on the neonatal unit.
Hi, team.
With off-duty consultant and choir member Ozzy, who's invited me to look around her world. I mean, this really is the ward where, as a new parent, no offence, you don't want to find yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
The babies that are here, have they all been born too early or...?
Yes, babies who are really tiny, who are born, like, really, really early. It's quite a bumpy road. What's quite nice with the tiny ones... Oh,
that's OK. What's happening?
This is a neonatal emergency. Team, can you please go urgently to labour ward obstetrics?
When Ozzy's buzzer went off, just all her team just legged it past. Wow, it really is all go when that call comes through, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, God, when your kids are well and your family's well, you kind of forget about the NHS, but those moments when you need them, when you suddenly find yourself in a ward being looked after, that's when you realise just the power and the importance of something like the NHS. Just to see them rush off like that makes me realise under this one roof there's just so much life and death and drama. And, I mean, look at me, I could go any minute. I just couldn't cope with doing this job.
We are now even more determined to help the choir make their single and sing-along a success. We've recruited a few people today, but to get the message out to the whole country, we're going to need some help.
It's just getting the right people on board, isn't it?
Yeah. We've got the bones of the plan, we just need to flesh it out.
Get calling, get contacting, get working.
Begging.
Begging.
I'll cry if I have to.
Yeah, exactly. I'll dance if I have to.
Hello, mate.
Tony, how you doing, mate?
Luckily, I've managed to get our first NHS supporter and legendary singer Tony Hadley to give us a hand.
But what about the actual recruitment?
Well, I've heard there's a chap in Leicester. They call us singing ambulance man. So
That's a very, very good start.
I'll start with him and we'll see how we go.
This year is the 70th anniversary of the NHS, and to celebrate, the Lewisham and Greenwich NHS Choir are releasing their new single and are attempting to recruit 7,000 people to try and break the live sing-along world record.
We want to make it absolutely massive, mind-blowingly massive. Can we all be in the middle for a quick run-through? You've got to be in uniforms by that time, if that's OK.
And this is the first performance of our new song, and to be honest, I think there's a lot of nerves in the room.
My heart's going like this, but I'm nervous about me. I'm not nervous about the choir, and they'll be great.
Katie, Jo and Caroline want famous faces to join NHS workers across the country. So, they're off to the star-studded NHS Heroes Awards to see who they can schmooze.
We need loads of help.
OK, well, here's the thing you don't know, is that my daughter Megan is a junior doctor at the NHS.
Really? Oh.
So, you are absolutely preaching to the choir.
We obviously can't waste an opportunity to pull on big stars and names and people that have a real connection with the NHS, because we need them to make the project massive. We're hoping that you guys will come on board, basically.
Yes, I mean, you can count on us. And tonight, to sing us out...
Fingers crossed.
It's the brilliant Lewisham and Greenwich NHS Choir.
What will you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
The performance is a success, and the choir have made a few friends along the way, including Coronation Street star Kim Marsh.
Hiya. I've just been listening to you sing. I just think it's absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. My name's Jo.
Hello, Jo. I'm Katie. Hello. Hello. Hi.
Katie's a lovely doctor in the NHS, and I do kind of behind-the-scenes stuff. Together, we're doing something kind of ridiculous, but we think it's going to be really massive. We want to get a load of singers, a load of NHS staff to come together in time for the 70th anniversary of the NHS.
OK.
Would you want to help us make it happen?
We would absolutely love to have you on board.
Yes, of course. I've got a big kind of affinity with the NHS anyway, because they saved my daughter's life. So without them, probably wouldn't be here. So I would be thrilled to be involved. So thank you for asking me.
No, thank you. That'd be brilliant. Can't wait.
See you later. That's good.
Yeah, that's great. We need people like that on our
Yeah,
project.
she's perfect. Well done.
If Kim can get the help of Corrie, that would be a real boost for our sing-along.
In the Midlands, Tony Hadley is on the way to Leicester Royal Infirmary, part of one of the largest NHS trusts in the UK.
I'm here primarily to recruit singers, and there's a chap called Kuldeep, the singing ambulance man. Everyone knows that he loves to drive his ambulance and sing alongside. He's got to be the main man in the recruitment.
I can dance to this disco. Brilliant, isn't it?
Kuldeep has dedicated his life to the ambulance service for nearly 40 years, which has earned him recognition from the Queen.
Has raised so much money, and a very, very humble man as well.
Kuldeep has no idea that Tony is here to recruit him to take part in our sing-along. But he's about to find out.
Kuldeep?
Yes.
Tony Hadley. I used to sing with Spandau Ballet, a band called Spandau Ballet back in
word.
the 80s. How are you, mate?
Oh, my word. Can I give you a hug? Oh, my God. Spandau Ballet. I used to see them on top of the pops.
That's it. Now, I don't know if you know what we're doing, but we're recruiting singers now.
Yes. I will sing with you.
Yeah? We're going to drive around in your ambulance today, and we're going to
brilliant.
try and recruit as many people as we can. Who's going to drive, you or me?
I'm going to drive.
You drive,
I'm
probably
gonna
safer.
drive you crazy.
I'm going to drive you crazy.
Let's go.
Cracking.
I better shut the door, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, no, we don't want the trolley falling out.
Let's go.
I've never been in an ambulance. This is amazing.
I only got my licence today, by the way.
Always believe in your soul. You got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in gold.
Yeah.
You've got a great voice.
Thank you.
And you use your singing ability to raise money?
Yeah, so I've been raising funds for installing a defibrillator in all the worship places in the Sikh temple.
Amazing. Because, you know, the job that you do is difficult enough as it is. When I was very young, when I was 10, I had septicemia and stuff. I was in hospital, and it was summer, and it was hot in the ward, and there was a particular nurse there. She was like an angel. She was so caring and so lovely, and without them looking after me, I probably wouldn't be here. I'm a very, very lucky boy.
Kuldeep's off duty today. He's taking Tony to Leicester Royal Infirmary.
Right, here we go.
To try to sign people up for the nationwide sing-along.
You are go! Go! Do you sing? Well, I need singers. Who sings around here?
Well, I can sing.
There you go, there's another one.
Another hospital staff, matron Vicky, has written a hand hygiene rap, and in one of the wards, she's recreating her online video just for Tony.
All right, let's stop. And listen, you should be wearing your gloves and apron. Can't you see there's a risk of infection? You should be taking appropriate protection, even in the bays, in and out the zones. Patients don't want to take infection home. Do the right thing and use the gel. We want to keep the patients well. Word to my matron.
Yay! That's fantastic, honestly, brilliant. You're all going to volunteer for this sing-along. 1, 2, 3. We've got some nurses, acute medical staff and everything else. And we need those people to ask their mums and dads, aunts and uncles, all their children and everything to get involved as well. Because if we're going to break the record, we're going to need a lot of people. We've started. It's a long way to go.
Tony's got the ball rolling in Leicester, but I'm back to meet up with the choir as the new vocal arrangement for their track, with a little help from my friends, has just arrived.
The choir comes in towards the end.
Gospel style.
So the difference is...
Was that gospel style?
Gospel style. But they might freak out about that.
It's quite different to the version they've been rehearsing.
Sorry. We just want to stop you practising this, because it sounds fantastic, but have to make a completely different sound.
We have only got a week to do it, pretty much. Let's get on with it. Over to you, Ed.
So, the brief is gospel, right?
So a big challenge for the choir to learn it in time.
I woke up this morning really, really early, and if I start thinking, I can just think of all the stuff we've got to do.
Right now, they have really got to pull this one out the bag. They've got to rehearse and kind of get to grips with the brand new arrangement of the song. Guys, can I ask you a question really quickly? I've never seen a gospel choir stand still. Just try and groove it. Use your hands. Really just express. Dum, dum, dum. Well, you're doing it. Don't be scared to try it. They have to sound perfect. We can't have a half-baked version of this song. It needs to be on point. So they've got a long night ahead of them.
In Manchester, Corrie star Kim Marsh has kept her promise to help the choir. And today, Kim and her daughter Polly are expecting a very special visitor.
Well, what do you think we should say?
Thank you for saving my life.
You were born very early, weren't you?
7 weeks early.
I'm supporting the Big Singalong because I want to say my thank you to the NHS.
Back in 2011, Kim's daughter Polly was born prematurely, and after tragically losing her son Archie 2 years earlier, Kim feared the worst again.
The doctor came in and they said she's having trouble breathing on her own and we've had to ventilate her. And I just panicked. I couldn't even see her face properly because she was just tubes everywhere. And she looked so tiny. And it was just unreal, the support that I got, that Polly got, ultimately. They're the reason she's here.
Today, Polly is 7 and the apple of her mum's eye. And who better to help Kim recruit other NHS staff for the sing-along than one of the nurses she credits with saving her daughter's life.
Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm really well, thank you. Are you?
Yeah, I'm good,
You look
thank
dead
you.
well.
Kath did a lot of stuff for Polly on the unit. She took care of Polly a lot, actually. And she took care of me also.
Kath works on the newborn intensive care unit at St Mary's Hospital, Manchester. And she hasn't seen Kim's daughter Polly since she was a baby on her ward.
But you don't remember me, do you? No. So I helped look after you when you were a baby. Oh, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. Oh, thank you.
But this is more than just a reunion. Kim still has to tell Kath all about the sing-along.
How can I help?
All right, so I wondered if maybe you might help me to recruit some people to take part in the live sing-along.
I'm never one to fall away from a challenge, Kim, so yes! No, thank you. Thank you for asking us.
Fantastic.
Because what you might not know is that we actually have a NICU choir.
Do you?
Yeah.
That
Did you not know that?
I didn't know that. That's amazing. Are you in it?
Yes.
Are you?
Well,
so this is perfect then.
Yeah.
Sorted, but Kim still has something else up her sleeve for Kath.
I think she'll be really surprised when she sees us all there.
Yeah, definitely.
I think she's going to get a real big shock.
Outside, waiting to surprise Kath, are just some of the many children she's helped save over the years.
13 and a half years on, I'm still in awe of what they do.
I'm a bit worried now.
Just a few of the people, a few of the children that you have helped over the years. And the parents.
Oh, hello. Hi. Oh, hello. I am feeling really emotional, very overwhelmed. They're all people that I've spent such intimate times with, and I can't describe it to you. I feel so proud. I feel proud of being a nurse, of the job that I do.
So, I was given a task to recruit as many people as possible to join in for the big sing-along. And it doesn't matter if you can't sing, because you'll be buried deep within a load of other singers as well, so it's fine.
It'd be fabulous.
Show of hands then, who's involved? Come on.
Come on, who's going to put
Come
them in
on.
their mouth?
Brilliant, nice
That's
one. Thank you on behalf of everybody. Thank you.
Kim will be leading the Manchester Sing-Along live on the night, and where better to host it than one of the most famous streets in the country.
How do you fancy coming down to the cobbles?
Really?
Yeah, do you fancy it?
I'd love that. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Can you feel that, Ashley?
I can feel it. The weight, the legendary weight of Abbey Road.
It's just so exciting to be
I know, it is.
here.
It's amazing. The moment I walked in the doors today, I'm thinking to myself, we're here. We're here. We've picked the day, haven't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I did not expect to turn up today, and the legendary zebra crossing was no more. But I've heard it will be back there by the end of the day.
Really? Do you reckon? Are you taking bets on that?
Should we take bets?
I'll give you 50 quid that it's not there. Oh no, it's on camera as well. All right.
Here they are. They're here. Guys! Choir!
Woo!
Yeah! Abbey Road!
Oh, wow.
Guys, come over. Look,
selfie.
they're doing the selfies there away.
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't. I got up like 4 o'clock this morning. We are at the famous Abbey Road studio. That is a tremendous accomplishment.
All jump in.
It's a big day for the choir. They're here to record their single, which will ultimately be the track we use for the sing-along.
All right, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Honestly, my heart just went whoosh.
I can't believe that we had this idea all that time ago. Now we're standing in Abbey Road Studios. Like, it's amazing.
This is the very place where the Beatles originally recorded with a little help from my friends back in 1967.
I'm a huge Beatles fan. I grew up listening to Beatles, learned to play like all the Beatles songs. To come to Abbey Road and to be able to record here is, yeah, it's more than a dream come true.
But what the choir members don't yet know
Oh my God! Hello!
is that Sarah and I have called on a few famous friends to lend their voices to the new single.
Hi!
Hello, lovely.
Hello! How are you?
It's my honor to support the NHS. The NHS has saved my life many times.
Please, can I give you a hug?
Well, I do sort of know the words, really. I should do. I bought the album when it first came out with Ringo and the boys, so...
It's exciting, isn't it? You all right, Emmett?
I'm loving this. I'm more of a fan. My nickname in the choir is Emmett the Gold Masterson. It's my go-to karaoke number. So when we saw Tony, we were properly like two little schoolboys. It was brilliant.
We're hoping to break the record for the biggest ever sing-along, but we've definitely broken the record for the most selfies taken under one roof. So it's great, because they're obviously just all having a brilliant time.
Oh, this is going to be a moment, right? Everyone's singing together.
All right, guys. Everyone ready?
The choir have come to Abbey Road to work with UK producer John Cohen, who created the new track they will now record.
Here it comes.
Good luck, guys. Woo!
This moment is amazing. I'm stood there at the front with Katie and Caroline, and then behind me I've got UB40. Right at the back we've got the boys from Blue. It's kind of a really surreal moment.
I could see how happy everyone was and that everyone was really going for it. It was just really, really, really lovely.
The NHS have got some good voices.
Yeah,
man.
like really good voices.
Really good. So,
they were singing their hearts out.
Do you need anybody?
I've had family members that have been through cancer, and the NHS have been there and, you know, put all their time into helping us. So I'm very happy to clear my day, clear my diary, just to give something back.
Got it. Thank you very, very, very much indeed.
The voices for the track have been recorded, the famous Abbey Road zebra crossing is back, and Sarah owes me 50 quid.
Once those recordings are laid down, Timberland will then just put his talent and his magic all over this track, weave it together. And when you do all of that and you combine it, I think we're going to be left with something pretty special.
Because it's been such a big day today at Abbey Road, I've got to be careful that I'm not like, whew, well, that's that done. Because I'm like, oh no, we're still going to do the big sing-along live. So bring it on.
Hello, good evening. Sean Welby here on Heart. Thanks for joining me tonight.
It doesn't matter how good your product is or how ambitious your plan is, unless people know about it, it's irrelevant.
Heart Radio broadcasts to more than 9 million listeners, so I'm hoping some of them will be up for joining in.
Hello, Ashley Banjo. So tell me what brings you here. Come on.
We are going to hopefully get as many people across the country singing along at the same time as possible.
Epic.
So if you want to sing along, please join the ranks.
I feel like loads of people will want to get involved because we love the NHS.
Ideally, I want to use this opportunity to say if there are any celebs listening, if you don't mind, Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Get on board.
400 miles north in Glasgow, and true to his word, former JLS member Aston Marigold is pulling out all the stops to find voices for our sing-along.
So I've been to Glasgow many a time, and I must say the crowd are one of the loudest I've ever performed in front of. So I think I'm probably in the right place to find people to, you know, join in the big sing-along.
He's paying a surprise visit to the Golden Jubilee Hospital in Clydebank to try and persuade staff to join in.
Hello, ladies. Do you know the song, What Would You Do If I Sang Out of Tune? Done. You're recruited. You're on board. Thank you, ladies. Group hug. Come on. Let's group hug it out. This is what we like. You'd be up for having a good sing-along. Done deal. Could it be anybody? We down. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. Feeling very confident. I must say, there's some good voices. Hello.
And there's someone very special at the hospital that Aston hopes to get on board.
This special lady, Lily, is a theatre nurse. I was taught you should never ask a lady's age, but I've heard that she's 79.
Lily is one of the UK's oldest theatre nurses.
Thank you, everyone.
And a really cherished member of staff in the hospital.
I reckon she's the key to grabbing a whole load of people from this hospital and getting them all involved in the singing. Hello. I'm looking for Lily.
You're looking for Lily?
I'm looking for Lily. Where's Lily? Hello, Lily. You're literally interrupting your lunch as well.
I'll forgive you.
Cool. Someone told me that you've been working for the NHS for 50 years. That can't be true. You're like 20...
1967 I started in the health service.
1967?
I'm a scrub nurse. My husband used to call me a scrubber.
Someone who's been working like 50 years, but they normally kind of go, oh, I'm ready to kind of retire now. And they just, you know...
I'm not retiring.
Like, is that...
Ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Is that just because of the love of the job?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. There was one patient took my hand and said to me, "Nurse, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate what you did for me." And I says, "No, don't you thank me. I'm thanking you. Without you, I wouldn't have a job."
Hey! When Lily's not working, she loves to sing and enjoys a bit of a boogie. So what better partner could she wish for?
She is such a character and such a lovely energy to be around. Very lucky to have her, I think, in this part of the world. So we're going to host a massive night.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to try and
When
get
is this?
over 7,000 people. Right?
When is this?
On the 4th of July.
I'm working.
What do you reckon?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. So, guys, you up for singing with me and Lily?
Yes.
Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends.
I was definitely secretly confident in Glasgow. Always up for a celebration, always up for a good time, so yeah, they did me proud today. Bring on the sing-along, we are ready.
We are live in Abbey Road. Here we are at the studios. We've just been putting the finishing touches to our arc. We're going to attempt to set a new live sing-along world record.
Now, we've had a little help from our friends who over the past few weeks have not only sung on the track with the choir, but they've been rocking up to hospitals around the country recruiting singers for our big NHS sing-along.
With only days to go before the sing-along, Kimberly Walsh and sister Amy, who plays Tracy Shankly in Emmerdale, want to give our recruitment drive one last push and seek out singers at the Children's Hospital in Leeds.
Being in Girls Aloud, there was never a better feeling than being on stage and hearing loads of people singing your lyrics back to you, and that's what we want to get with the big sing-along.
We're going to join forces, 2 Yorkshire girls,
getting some Yorkshire voices on board.
Can we count on you to be our first recruit, and then you can introduce us to loads more people?
Yes,
let's do it. We've heard a little rumour that you might be partial to a bit of singing now and again.
Oh, yeah. So, do you think we can count you in for the big sing-along? Oh, definitely. Oh, good.
Anyone else? Girls? In?
What would you do if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
Everybody now!
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key.
We've actually recruited some nurses that are really up for singing and really up for being involved in it, and I think we're doing pretty well with our recruits so far.
In London, the new track is finished, thanks to producers John Cohen and Timbaland. So I've invited the choir and their families to listen to it for the very first time.
Are you ready to hear this track? Yes!
What would you do if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I can try with a little help from my friends. I try with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends.
I'm really proud of being part of this, because I'm proud of being part of the NHS, really, and NHS workers all coming together to celebrate this amazing event. Just wonderful.
OK, so Katie, when's the song out?
So the song is out on Friday, but you can pre-order right now. Please do it.
Fabulous. OK, so they've made the record. Ashley, tell us, can we now please break the record?
Oh, I hope so. All our sing-alongers are standing by around the country, and we are now also live on the radio.
Oh, if you're joining in at home, let us know by tweeting. Pop a hashtag on, hashtag Big NHS Singalong. It's time to stand up and sing for the NHS.
Right, we are ready. We have officials at every location counting singers. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous! Right, so we have followed the rules that we've been set by the Guinness World Records, which are now being checked by independent auditors.
The number we've got to beat is 6,904 people singing along together. The time's now come to crack on, Ashley. You ready with the horn?
Here we go. 3, 2, 1!
Would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song,
and I'll try not to sing out of key.
Whoa, I get by with a little help from my friends. Whoa, I get high with a little help from my friends. Whoa, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. What do I do when my love is away? He worries me alone. How do I feel at the end of the day?
you need anybody, somebody to love, give me anybody, somebody to
Sadly, we didn't break the record, but you know what? We had the most cracking time having a go at it.
An amazing time, and this may have been the soggiest sing-along ever.
I think that's a record in itself.
Exactly.
Huge thank you to everyone. It's been amazing.
The NHS, the incredible staff, you've been absolutely amazing. And there's one more thing to say.
Happy birthday, NHS!